I'll tell you how the valuation is done. They go for kg basin. Okay, they ask for tender, right? Once the tender, when you want to have the tender, they allow you to do the inspection and all those stuff. What is the oil prevailing? You can, what is the asset size of the underlying oil? You can do that, and they ask you to quote. So naturally, you have to do a valuation of that. You have to pay the price to the government before getting even to get to see the land. So exactly, it's like a call option, right? You buy the area to explore oil exploration for that. It is happening in India now. KG is over, now NELP, right? So there's a possibility. It's not that I got a great opportunity, but I got a opportunity to value an oil company which is called a marginal oil field. Small ones, which not like which goes to Reliance or Total. Small ones, 100 crores turnover or something like that in KG basin. We'll skip this. We'll just go to. He's talking about goodwill. We have talked about this. Okay. There is sorry, I think we have crossed the time limit. I didn't realize, but I told you in the beginning actually. So the price movement, sometimes it is continuous, sometimes it's discontinuous. When I'm doing an oil valuation, is the price is continuous or discontinuous? Why? Brent crude is available every minute, right? What is the underlying? Basically oil, right? If it is a coal, probably discontinuous. Oil, it's continuous. You can apply Black-Scholes formula. That's what. There's discontinuous, you can use binomial. So there are three questions you have to ask actually. When there is a real option embedded in the decision of an asset, or does the real option have significant economic value? Can the value be estimated using option price? So these are the, if you tick on all the three, probably you can go for option pricing mechanism. Okay. Payoff profile, you can draw. These are the, I have only colored that actually. The whole thing, and colored means actually give the coloring actually. Colored means not the opinion. I give the coloring for whatever Damodaran has given. It looked a little stale actually, so I have added some colors to that. We have seen these things, yeah. Let's go to the example. He is explaining what is call and the put. We can skip that. We have already done that. What is binomial and what is continuous? T tend to 0. That means it's a continuous compounding. Okay. He is trying to explain what is. It's better. We go to the. See, he has given the option formula also. Okay. Black-Scholes, and he has explained what is area under ND1. Okay, and explaining the ND1 table also here. Okay, coming to the real problem. Okay, Biogen. Okay, there are 4 or 5 examples here. Biogen, you know that the big pharmaceutical company, biotechnology, has got a patent called Avenox, a drug to treat multiple sclerosis. Still, I am unable to get the name actually, even after 10 times running the class. For 17 years, it plans to produce and sell the drug by itself. The present value of, so Biogen comes to you and asks you to value what is the patent. So the patent, then you look into the drug and how many patients are there, treated, you value how much the cash flow. That is easy for us, right? So for cash flow comes to 3.422. And you have to go to the Biogen and ask them how much it will cost you to develop the product actually. So they will put all the expenses and they can tell you that the expense comes to 2.875. In the normal valuation scenario, so if a typical spreadsheet valuation methodology, you would have given 3.4 minus 2.8, 600,000 is your value of the patent. But if you look at the patent life, does it have option component? The cost of development can be called as the K, and the return what you get can be called as the stock price. You have the timeline, You have the risk-free rate, whatever you know actually, and the variance is expected. This is what is little tricky. You have to get the volatility. He's taken the industry average variance of all the biotech firms. Okay, the whatever is quoted and the standard deviation of the quoted price. Expected cost of delay. If the pattern is available for you only for 17 years, the whole thing takes 1 year to develop, so the decay will take you, or the delay will take you 17 years. So that is taken as a dividend. Okay, keep this in mind. We will when you revisit this, you will get to know better. So D1, ND1, applying the, now you have all the option components, then you apply Black-Scholes formula, calculate the D1 and the D2, and ND1 and ND2. So the call value, the price of the call comes to 0.9 billion. So the valuation, if you have gone by straight valuation methodology, spreadsheet, you would have told them it would have been valued at 600 million, whereas actual value is 900 million. How option gave you a higher valuation, isn't it? Normal valuation spreadsheet, we know that we put in all the formula and cash flow generation and the cost of development. How the option gave you a higher valuation? Any thought in that? It also used the same numbers, right? S is there, K is there, life is there, dividend discount model, risk-free rate, all are there. What is not there in the normal valuation, what is there, that's what you have to see, the difference between dividend discount model and the option price model. That is what has contributed for higher valuation. That is nothing but a standard deviation. Keep this in mind. When you go to the next formula or the next example, you will understand much better. Okay? So an offshore oil company estimated oil reserve of 50 million of oil. So you have the, now there are, so since I have done one valuation, I know that there is a 3-dimension study, what do you call 2D study and 3D study, that will give you more or less exactly what is the oil reserve available below the ground. And developing such reserves will give